The Heat take on the Bucks game 5, and that's going to be a 6:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Miami's up 3-1 in the series, and they can complete the gentleman's sweep this evening. Miami's minus 3.5 in this contest here, with the total at 218 flat. The Bucks are plus $1.30 for an upset win, and if you like Milwaukee to cover, they're minus $1.18 catching the points. We're 8-0 with a push in our last 9 extra daily picks on patreon.com/Brock Page. Access to those picks is just $2.99. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on that same website. Access to those picks is just $1.99. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. And despite winning in Game 4 in overtime to stay alive in the series, this Milwaukee squad is still giving up 115 points per contest in this series alone. They failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 4. And they have a very banged-up Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's currently battling an ankle injury. The Bucks rank in the bottom 5 in the league in offensive free throw percentage, bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. They've won only 2 out of their last 6 games as the official underdog. They are taking on a Miami squad who's held the high-powered Bucks to less than 110 points per contest on average in this series themselves. Not only has Miami won 7 out of their last 8 ball games, they successfully covered the number in 7 out of those 8 as well. The Heat's in the top 3 in three-point percentage, top 3 in defensive rebounding. They're holding their opponents to just 108 points per contest for the entire season, and they win nearly 76% of their games when favored. Now, Miami's a little bit banged up too, so keep an eye on Crowder, Olynyk, and Hero, as those 3 guys have been listed as questionable for tonight's action. Having said that, though, this Heat ball club is powered by Jimmy Butler, who's averaging 22 points a night in the postseason, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a couple of steals. Goran Dragic is also scoring 22 a night, along with 5 boards and 5 assists as well. And Bam Adebayo is averaging 17 postseason points a game himself, 12 rebounds, 5 assists for him. Miami is in the top 3 in the league in first quarter scoring. They're also in the top 5 in fewest fourth quarter points allowed. Now, total-wise, 2 out of this series' last 3 games got over the posted total. The Heat saw nearly 60% of their games for the entire season get over the posted total as well. Meanwhile, the Bucks saw 4 out of their last 7 get over the number themselves. Give me the Miami Heat minus 3. Laying the points, 3 or 4. I forget what I said at the beginning. But anyway, give me the Miami Heat laying the points and the over 218 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, I think I said they're laying 3. But anyway, before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Tuesday's NBA playoff basketball action. Happy Tuesday to you. Now, just got to quickly remind you once again that we are 8-0 with a push in our last 9 extra daily picks on patreon.com/Brock Page. That membership costs just $2.99. We're also currently 3-0 in our last 3 daily best play tier package picks on that website as well. And that membership costs just $1.99. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock Page. And with that said, we're going to take a look at Rockets-Lakers Game 3. And that's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Series all knotted up at 1 game apiece. The Lakers are the 5-point favorite. Total's 222 and a hook. The Rockets are plus $1.60 for an upset win. And if you like Houston to cover the 5, they're minus $1.10 to get the job done against the number. But despite getting the W in Game 1 of this series, the Rockets have been victorious in just 3 out of their last 7 games in the postseason, and they failed to cover the point spread in 71% of those contests. They rank in the bottom 10 in offensive field goal percentage, bottom 10 in three-point percentage as well. They've successfully covered the point spread in just 4 out of their last dozen ball games in the bubble. And defensively, the Rockets rank in the bottom 3 in defensive rebounding. They're also in the top 10 in most fourth quarter points allowed per game. Now they're taking on a Lakers squad who won nearly 77% of their games away from the Staples Center this year. And yes, the bubble in Orlando, that is away from the Staples Center. That's away from their home court. They also took care of business in nearly 73% of their ball games when laying the juice. The Lakers are offensively in the top 3 in field goal percentage, top 10 in rebounding. Anthony Davis is bringing in double-digit rebounds a night in the playoffs, 30 points a game, 4 assists, and a couple of blocks for AD in the postseason. LeBron James is also scoring 26 a night in the playoffs, 10 rebounds, 9.6 assists for King James. And Kyle Kuzma is currently dropping 11 playoff points a night from the bench, 4 rebounds a game for him. Certainly an important role player is Kyle Kuzma. Now, the Lakers are in the top 3 in fewest points allowed per game, top 3 in defensive rebounding. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games straight up, and they failed to cover the number just twice during that stretch. Now, keep an eye on JaVale McGee and Dion Waiters, as you know, both of those guys, they've been listed as questionable for tonight's contest. But regardless of that, we're still looking at an LA team who ranks in the top 3 in the league in fewest fourth quarter points allowed. Really have a good knack for shutting it down late. Now, total-wise, LA went 60% to the over in their last 10. 9 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Rockets away from the Staples Center also got over the line. And yes, they are away from the Staples Center tonight. They're in the bubble in Orlando. Give me the Los Angeles Lakers -5 and the over 222.5 in that contest. Shout-outs, Instagram, official53, Maley PSR, Air Andy, NFL Memory, Lindy Intel, Love Established, Infinity, The Betting Chicks, A-Noon86, Franco Jones, Picking Duck Sports, Bubba Jonesy, Taywat Betts, Metrol Tam K, Almighty Rios, and Brazilio ABD. And from our YouTube platform, shout out to George Barbarossa, Jason Zhang, V. Dan, Better Analysis, Justin Green, SOP Striker, Chuck Pasta, G-So, Fence Eater, Lad, Easy Money Seth, Maya Doan, Shooter 6 God, Guardian Angel, Diego Lopez, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Valentin Enakili. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.